rough day today, but you know, I told my wife before I left. First of all, you know, when Pete called and wanted to get involved a little bit here and maybe talk to you a little bit, I said that I'd love to because you're a part, a big part of my job in a small way. Not because of me or people here, even basketball recruits in general, but more because it's about the students, it's about the kids. And I think sometimes we get caught up as adults, we get caught up in our jobs. So when I left, my wife said, how are you going to go there and speak? What do you feel? And I said, it's easy. I said, they're going to do me a favor. Because this isn't about me. A little closer. I got it turned on. Can you hear me?
No. Get a mic. Get him a mic.
There, how's that? Oh. It's Tom Izzo, yeah. So I was saying, my wife said, you know, how are you going to go speak when you don't feel very good today? And I said, they're going to help me because when we get caught up in our jobs, when we get caught up in what we're doing, and we all do this as adults, we forget really why we're here. You know, it's just like a team. These guys are going to start a team here, and just like a team, you've got to work together to help someone else. You know, I like all sports. I like all academics. I really do. But I love team sports. And sometimes I'll tell my guys, you know, go be a boxer if you don't want to be a team guy. You know, but as a community, and I mean this whole surrounding area, we are a team now. You put together a team. And you've hired someone that's going to go and run with it. I just met him tonight, but I think a good head coach. Okay? And with that, we all got to take some ownership in this. I do have a place out in Grand Haven. It's a little summer home that I get to a lot. My wife gets there more than I do. I keep telling her, geez, I wish you and your boyfriend let me spend a little time there. I'm always working. But, you know, if she's happy, she's happy. You know what they say, guys. Happy wife, happy life. So I stick to that a little bit, but I really believe that we spend a lot of time as adults, a lot of time, blaming kids. I mean, it's what we do, you know. How many times have all of you heard, how many kids in here have heard, oh, that generation, oh, this generation, oh, these kids are doing it different than we did it, and this and that, and whatever. And I always looked at it like this. I played a year of football at Northern Michigan University, and I played for a guy up there that actually was a graduate of Michigan State. He was an academic All-American there, and he told me something. He said, discipline's the greatest form of love you can show someone. I didn't understand what that meant. I really had no clue as a player. But when I got to be a coach and a head coach, I understood exactly what it meant. You know, we have tough decisions we have to make as leaders, as head coaches, as principals, as superintendent, as parents. We have to sometimes tell kids the bad news, what they can't do. And I think the hardest thing that I've learned is kids have a hard time trusting adults. And you know why? Because we don't spend enough time with them. We don't spend enough time. The days of Vince Lombardi and, you know, do what I say, how I say it, when I say it, those are over. But what's so bad about that? You know, I had a 5-year-old not that long ago that every time I said something to him, he said, why? Kids want to know why. They're maybe smarter than we were. And I think that, you know, our job in the Boys and Girls Club and getting people together and getting them to unite and kind of work together, give them a place to go. You know, we always had a place. And we wonder why they don't turn out the same. Don't look at the kids. Look at us. We're the ones that either allow them or don't allow them or give an opportunity or don't give them an opportunity to be like we were. Things were easier. They were better. But now, not many people trust people the same. They don't. They don't just do what you're told to do because you're authority. You got to spend time. If somebody asks me, what is the greatest thing you do as a head coach? Now, Now, there's a couple of reporters today that are saying I'm not a very good free throw coach. Okay? And I would agree with them. I really would agree with them. But if they ask me, what is your greatest thing you do as a head coach? I give 2 words. I spend time. I spend time. My family is involved with my job. My wife has guys over to my house when I'm gone. You know, dinner, do something. They gotta know that you're real. You know, sometimes the media puts you on a pedestal that you don't deserve to be on. Because I'm just the same as everyone in this room. I really am. I got a job to do, you got a job. Being a coach doesn't make you better than being a judge, or being a director, or being a parent. In fact, being a parent, being a coach, to me are the same thing. And I can honestly tell you that the year we won the national championship, we had one of my favorite all-time players, a kid named Tim Cleveland. He taught me more than I ever taught him. And I say that with great reverence. To the point where I named my son after him. He just had a little son a couple years ago, and he named his after me. And that's what it's really all about. Can you get a group of people together for a common goal? Boys and Girls Club, I asked, how big is it going to be? I hope it starts out at 50, 75. What do you want to get it to? Hundreds. That excited me. I got chills thinking about it. I really do, because we're missing the boat, you know. For us, older generation, it's the kids that are going to be taking care of us. So I'm willing to I have vested interest in what they do and what they say. You know, but I want to help them. I don't want to complain about them. I want to hold them accountable. I want to make it tough on them, but they better know I love them. And I think when you look at a Boys and Girls Club and you get people together, it's so cool to see a lot of people working for a common bond. And ownership. Ownership is the key. And I know there's people in here that have given a lot of money, and some that have given little money, and some that have given very little money, and some will just give time. It doesn't matter what you give. Throw something into the hat. Throw something into the hat so that you have some ownership in this thing. This is your community. This is your community. This community is going to go as you lead it. Don't expect the little kids to lead it until they learn how to lead it. And they'll learn how to lead it if you give them a place to go to, a place to hang out, a place to rub shoulders with other people. Pretty soon they'll grow into role models. And then they'll grow into great citizens. And then they'll grow into people that help this community maybe when you get real old. So I just wanted to say that tough day for me today. When you lose a game, that's not an easy day. You know, and 15,000 people there probably mad at me. But coming here makes me appreciate what I think I'm really on the planet to be. Somebody to help somebody else. Whether you're a Michigan fan, a Michigan State fan, a Notre Dame fan, that doesn't mean anything. There's certain things that you get to do in your life that the school you went to isn't important. It's the mission that you have. It's, do I want to help people? I want to help all people. And I just love watching communities come together. I've watched communities fall apart. When I recruited all those kids in Flint, you know, I recruited 5 of them. We won a national championship. They said we put it back on the map. But you know, they lost their elementary programs. Then they lost Burston Fieldhouse, where kids used to go and hang out, both academically, athletically. And pretty soon they had more problems. And pretty soon they had less athletes. And pretty soon a city that was putting out 2 or 3 Big Ten players a year went years without putting out one. There's a reason. The reason is those poor kids didn't get the same opportunity that the other kids got. So I take my hat off to you guys and your board and what you're trying to do here. I appreciate it because someday there just might be a 7-footer lurking around your hallways that maybe I can steal. But so I do that for that. But For me, that's a small part. See, I got a son and a daughter too. I got a son and a daughter that spend a lot of time out here in the summer, right in your community. So in a way, I'm selfish. This is part of my community. And when you're from the state of Michigan and you had many chances to leave like I've had, and you decided this is where you want to stay, this whole state needs the world. It really does. The success of this state is very important. So I just like to say to the kids here, take advantage of what they're trying to do. Treat it with respect. Take some ownership in it. To the adults here, thank you for what you're trying to do. And realize it's going to be a big job. You're starting something from scratch. It's not easy. But I'll tell you what, just being in the back room, meeting a few people, seeing the enthusiasm, I'm excited for you. I think you got a chance. You know, when my best friend in the world is a guy named Steve Mariucci. We grew up in 3rd grade on together. He ended up the coach of the 49ers, Detroit Lions, and I ended up here. We came from this little small town. And every day we still talk about the importance of all the teachers and coaches. When you're raised in a small town, this isn't a huge town. When you're raised in a small town, you're kind of raised by the village, right? Everybody knows you. Everybody helps raise you. That's what you're going to do in these next couple of years, right? You're going to rely on everybody and rely on all of you. And hopefully this summer, I'm coming over to see this thing as it gets rolling. I'm going to put some pressure on his butt now. I really am. I got 15,000 putting it on me today, so I'm going to be putting some on you. That thing better be successful, and it better get rolling. And if there's anything I can do this summer when I stop by, I hope you utilize me. I just want to say thanks. Keith and his wife have been so good to me. I've gotten to know people over here. Where's the judge? I don't know if the judge is out there. Yes, right there. They picked me up at the airport. They were so great. And I just think it's neat the way everybody's getting involved in this thing. But don't be just sitting back. Cowards sit back. Be somebody special. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's a reason in the Bible, or religious terms, it's better to give than receive. You know, I've given back with many different organizations. There is something, there's a feeling. The feeling is good because you're helping others. The feeling is good because you have some ownership. And you really need to have ownership in something that's going to be special. So, I wish you well in the game tonight. I don't care what school you pull for. This ain't about schools. This is about the communities around this area all joining hands and working together and seeing if we can make this a better place. If we do, it's going to be one of the great things that you'll accomplish in your life. So thank you for having me. Thank you for, on a day that I don't feel as good, thank you for making me appreciate there's more value than just winning or losing a game. It's all about helping people. It's all about making somebody better today than they were yesterday. And I think right now you got this place in good hands, but I think he's going to need a lot of help. So don't sit back. You know, I always sign things when somebody asks me for my crazy autograph. By the way, people ask me, do you get sick of signing things? You want some? Do you get sick of signing things? I say, never. I said, why not? I said, because I was there a lot of years when nobody cared. You know? So, but I really look at it and I just appreciate that I'm in a position where I can help others. And so thank you so much for having me. Thank you for making me feel better about who I am today. And good luck, man. Kick butt on this thing because I got faith that you're going to get it done and I'll be pulling for you, all right?